Caitlin Clark's Nike deal is the highest of any WNBA player ever signed. She's got a Gatorade deal worth $50 million with her own flavor. She's the first female State Farm endorser in the company's history. So when Angel Reese goes on social media calling herself the league's biggest crossover star, you have to wonder if she's looked at any of these numbers. We've got the receipts, and they don't line up with her story at all, especially now that Caitlin Clark's new shoe just took over WNBA All-Star Weekend and is predicted to sell out in minutes while Reese continues to be in the bargain bin. Why is Reese so jealous of Caitlin? Let me know down in the comments below.
Caitlin Clark, and Dominique Malonga, get up here.
Three totally different personalities. Olivia Miles standing there like, I thought I was the MVP. Then you have Caitlin Clark like, why is she saying my name right now? And then you got Angel Reese like, really? I hate Caitlin.
3 minutes into the All-Star game, and Caitlin Clark already has 11 points on the board. She's pulling up from 33 feet, then 37 feet, logo threes falling like she's just messing around in an empty gym. No warm-up, no easing into it. She just starts cooking from the opening tip like the game already means something. And in an event where everybody expects a layup line with a scoreboard attached, that's not normal. That's a statement.
Marcus talked about being excited to play with Olivia Miles as Clark puts in the first points of tonight's All-Star game. And here is Clark pulling and hitting on a deep. Players going up against each other. Howard having an incredible year for the Lynx. Clark again on a bomb. Here's Clark. Will she try again? You bet! Caitlin Clark with 3 logo bombs within the first 3 minutes.
By the time the final buzzer hits, Clark takes over, and both the United Center and the internet are losing their minds at the same time. That kind of line doesn't happen by accident in an exhibition game where nobody plays defense. It happens because one player decided the words All-Star Game didn't mean take the night off. Earlier this season, you had outlets trying to frame her impact as overblown, like the attention was more hype than substance. And it wasn't just Clark deciding to go this hard. Even her peers got pulled into it. A'ja Wilson, trying to get out of the way during a Reese layup attempt, ends up blocking the shot by accident, and the whole exchange turns into both players cracking up on the court. Wilson later says she never expected to be blocking shots in an all-star game. And honestly, that's the whole story of the night. One team came to play defense like it mattered. The other team, including Reese, looked like they were still in shoot-around. Clark's teammates fed off her all night. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell talk about that family vibe they've got, the trust that's built up over a season of playing next to each other. And Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham bring that same physical, no-nonsense energy that matches Clark's intensity instead of coasting through it. When Clark's trapping on defense, running shooters off the line, actually competing in a game where competing isn't required, her teammates match it instead of watching her do it alone. That's not something you fake for one weekend. That's chemistry built over months.
With the steal. 1-point team spoon lead. Clark connects on the 3. 4-3 of the half. A'ja Wilson getting the block. And then saying, hey, I wasn't even trying to there. A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese hugging. How excited they were to play together here in the All-Star game as Wilson flicks it in off the feet. Backing away, firing a deep 3 and hitting.
Nearly 20,000 people packed into the United Center for this game, and that's not a normal number for an All-Star game. That's a record. Resale prices tell the story even better. Tickets that used to run about $71 are going for $343 on game day. That's not General League growth. That's one player's name driving demand hard enough to triple ticket prices in a single year. And that contrast between Clark's effort and everyone else's showed up all game long. While some players jogged through possessions and treated defense like a suggestion, Clark's out there trapping ball handlers and sprinting back in transition like it's a playoff game. Paige Bueckers even jokes with her mid-game, asking if she's going for MVP, because at that point, it's obvious nobody else on the floor is playing at that speed.
Yeah, this is a pretty fun pairing you're looking at. I think it's like Valentine's Day edition. You got the charm on there, but I was gonna wear some all white ones. I'm like, that's not fun enough. We got to break out some fire.
I had to level up. So cute with the color. The ombre matches the jersey. You mentioned her. The ombre matches the jersey. You mentioned.
Ratings numbers and ticket sales for this event hit marks the league has never touched before, and every arrow points back to one name driving it. That's on-court proof of what Clark means to this league right now, and it's the exact reason what happened next, off the court, in the sneaker world, made total sense the second it started trending. How many sneakers can one player drop in a single weekend and have every single one expected to sell out? Nike answered that question during All-Star Weekend by rolling out multiple colorways of the Caitlin one all at once. There's a gradient All-Star edition that fades from hot pink into university gold, with metallic silver and blue accents that pop under arena lights. Then there's the white label, a player-exclusive all-white pair with metallic silver details that fans only got to see because Clark herself started teasing it online. That's two shoes competing for attention in one weekend, and both of them blew up instantly.
Girl, Caitlin Clark is on to something. Now, when I say this woman is on to something, I mean she's really close to it. Really close to it. She could sniff it. She could smell it. She could even push that button. But instead, she's like right next to it. And I'm talking about with her hoop shoes. These bad boys right here are just kind of mid. They really are. But one thing is saving them. One thing in particular. And it's the goddamn gradients. The gradient colorways are going to save this bad boy every single time. And the WNBA All-Star Weekend pair is nothing less than doing so. It's nothing less than great. It's nothing less than phenomenal. A gradient on this silhouette with these materials is a 97 out of 10.
This isn't a one-and-done launch. Nike mapped this whole thing out from June all the way to October, spacing out colorways like Racer Blue, Purple, Yellow Zest, and Snow White, so Clark's shoe stays in the news for 5 straight months instead of one big weekend. The official Racer Blue pair drops October 1st, 2026, priced at $140. And that's just the next domino in a line Nike's been setting up since the start of the year. Some critics said back in February that one signature shoe was plenty, that Clark didn't need this kind of rollout to prove herself. Nike ignored that completely and went bigger anyway, and it paid off within hours of each new colorway hitting timelines. Fans started camping in digital carts the second the All-Star Gradient pair got teased, refreshing pages and messaging each other screenshots of restock alerts. Resellers didn't even wait for a real release. They were already flipping early pairs and player exclusives within hours of them showing up online. And people online were saying Nike's leaving money on the table by not dropping the All-Star Gradient in wider batches because demand for that pair alone looked bigger than most full sneaker lines get in a year.
Yo, chat, Caitlin debuted her purple colorway of the Caitlin ones, bro. And the purple one, in my opinion, is harder than that yellow and blue one I did the video about. Bro, y'all cannot tell me that purple colorway isn't crazy. And I feel like these Caitlin ones gonna go crazy when they start hooping in them, bro. Like, these gonna do numbers on for the women and the men. Like, honestly, look at that triple C on the tongue. Hard. And then, did you peep the triple check? And look at this. It got the blue, the white, the red, the USA look to it. Caitlin Clark. And you just came out today, you are on the cover of the 2K27 Deluxe Edition.
Nike's not just building a basketball shoe here either. Clark's got an LPGA tie-in in the works too, showing up at golf events and getting worked into Nike's marketing outside basketball completely. But that's exactly the point Nike's making with every one of these moves. They're not building a basketball star, they're building a brand that happens to play basketball. No WNBA signature shoe has ever moved at this pace. Past releases got one colorway, one moment, and then quiet. Clark's getting a calendar full of drops, each one timed to keep her name trending for months instead of days. And that's a completely different level of investment from Nike. It matches the money too, because her Nike deal is reportedly worth $28 million over 8 years, the highest footwear deal any WNBA player has ever signed, active or retired. Nobody else in the league's history has come close to that number, not even players with decades of career highlights behind them.
Well, like, obviously, it's really, really cool. Like, I probably was never a kid that grew up thinking that this was going to be in the cards for me. Like, I loved, wearing whatever Nike shoe it was growing up. I remember my first pair of Jordans, like pink Jordans that I had. And I remember my very first pink pair of Nike basketball shoes that I also had, just like the very basic model. It wasn't anybody's signature shoe or anything, but for myself to be able to have a signature shoe and, for young boys and young girls to be able to, hopefully want to wear it and be able to put it on and, dream. You don't have to be a basketball player, but dream to achieve whatever you want. And I think that's what I hope people feel when they put the shoe on. And also that's really comfortable and it looks pretty cool.
Put all of that together, and the Caitlin 1 is on track to be the fastest-selling women's basketball shoe Nike's ever released. Full stop. Every colorway teased so far has moved instantly. The giveaways in Chicago had people running through the city hunting for hidden pairs, and the demand shows zero signs of slowing before October even gets here. And through all of this, there was supposed to be another name sharing that spotlight this weekend. Instead, she was busy posting about herself while her own shoe sat untouched on store shelves. Right in the middle of Clark's shoe blowing up online, Angel Reese posts that she's the WNBA's It Girl and the league's biggest crossover star. No joke, no context, just straight out claiming the title for herself while everyone else's timeline is full of Caitlin Clark sneaker content. And the timing could not have been worse for her.
What makes you her?
I'm really confident within myself. Nobody can tell me I'm not that girl. I wake up every morning.
And now she's in Atlanta. What's Atlanta giving?
Atlanta giving black girl magic. It's giving culture. It's giving lemon pepper wings. It's giving Atlanta dream. It's giving everything. So I'm really happy to be in Atlanta. And make sure y'all come out and pull up.
You're going to see me at a game. Best believe. Last question. Are you the art or the artist tonight?
I'm both. I'm the artist. I'm that girl.
Think about what was actually happening that week. Clark's got 2 shoe colorways blowing up, a record ticket price, 45 points the week before, and Reese picks that exact moment to announce she's the bigger star. It's like showing up to someone else's party and grabbing the microphone to announce you're the reason everyone's having fun. People weren't just skeptical, they were confused about where this confidence was even coming from. Because when you look at the numbers, there's nothing backing it up. No major deal announcement, no signature shoe selling out, no viral sneaker moment anywhere near what Clark just pulled off. Reese has got a Reebok line that's barely moving, and we'll get into exactly how bad that is in a minute. So the claim isn't just bold, it's disconnected from anything actually happening in her career right now.
Hey Joe Reese! Par 25! Let's get! Bang! She's a protected species! Potty shot layup! Bang! Falls to the ground, then a me complain! Bang! This is the most pathetic athletic feat I've ever seen. Brick layup into a me bound, contested brick under the cup. No one does it better! Bang! Did you say cup? Like buttercup? Butter! Don't do it to him! Buttercup! I was shooting an impressive 12% from 3. Make that 56 block shots as well!
And this isn't new behavior from her either. Reese has a pattern of responding to Clark's success instead of building her own moments, whether it's subtweets, comments about respect, or posts that seem to come right after Clark does something big. It's been going on since their college days at LSU and Iowa, and it hasn't slowed down one bit in the WNBA. Every time Clark has a signature moment, Reese seems to need one too, except hers usually come from a laptop instead of the court. Speaking of the court, let's bring back that all-star stat line, because it matters here. So while she's calling herself the biggest crossover star in the league, her own box score from that weekend tells a completely different story. That's not a bad break. That's receipts sitting right there for anyone to check. Fans noticed the contrast immediately, especially compared to what Clark was posting that same weekend. Clark's timeline was full of props for Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, and Aaliyah Boston, teammates getting credit for their game, not herself. Reese's post was just about Reese, And people picked up on that gap fast, because one player was building her team up while the other one was building herself up alone.
Kind of crazy she got hurt the game after complaining about being called a protected species. Context matters, karma, me bound. Back to the hook and hope type she. If it rims up there somewhere. A player in the NBA was called that, it'd be a sweet nickname. Now introducing the protected species. The WNBA finds everything and anything to be offended about, you know? You reap what you sow! Ball don't lie! This is the end. How about one more?
The pile-on started almost instantly. Screenshots of the It Girl post got quote tweeted over and over, and the joke that kept repeating in every comment section was simple: nobody asked. It became one of those posts where the replies are funnier than the original, and it just kept getting reposted onto bigger accounts throughout the weekend. Even commentators who usually stay neutral on Reese and Clark drama seemed caught off guard by the timing, openly asking why she'd pick that exact weekend to make that exact claim. At this point, people covering the business side of the league are pointing to this post as the moment that explains everything. It's turning into the go-to example for why companies are hesitant to attach their name to Reese. Because self-promotion without results is exactly the kind of thing sponsors run from. And once you start looking at where the actual endorsement money is going, the gap between her claim and Clark's real portfolio gets even harder to ignore. Drop a comment below and leave a like if you're part of Team Clark. $28 million over 8 years. That's Clark's Nike deal, and it's the richest footwear contract any WNBA player has ever signed. Full stop, active or retired. No one in league history has touched that number, and it didn't come from one big campaign either. It came from Nike stacking her whole career on top of one deal and betting big on where she's headed.
Oh my goodness, them things are nice. Look at them. Oh my goodness, you know I got to get them. Look at that. We finna go for 30 on like minute. I was saying, we about to go for 30 and probably on minute restriction. And we're gonna play tonight, but we're not gonna play tomorrow like I've been saying she should do. Why should... It ain't even about that, man. These shoes are amazing. And look, I need every color.
And Nike's just one piece of it. Wilson gave her a signature basketball line, and nobody's gotten that kind of deal from Wilson since Michael Jordan got his back in the day. Think about that pairing for a second. Jordan and now Clark. Nobody else in between for decades. State Farm picked her as their first ever female athlete endorser in the company's entire history, which tells you exactly what other brands are watching for. When a company like State Farm, that's been around forever and picks endorsers carefully, hands their first ever female athlete deal to Clark, that's not random. That's a signal to every other brand watching that she's worth building a whole campaign around. Then there's Gatorade, and this one's not small either. $50 million with her own flavor called Rainberry built right into the deal. Gatorade actually brought back a flavor Clark loved as a kid and turned it into her signature drink, which is the kind of personal touch that makes a partnership feel real instead of just another logo slap. When it launched, Gatorade's own website crashed from demand, and the flavor sold out almost instantly. And that's proof her pull goes way past basketball fans into people who just like her as a person. Now flip over to Reese because the story on that side looks completely different. Her Reebok signature shoe is reportedly sitting in bargain bins right now, months after it launched, marked down and just sitting on shelves instead of moving. And it's not just slow sales. Reebok has reportedly pulled marketing support entirely, meaning there's no push, no campaign, no ads keeping the shoe in front of anyone. A shoe with no marketing behind it doesn't disappear from shelves, it just sits there, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Hey! And I'm wearing these tonight. I'm putting mine on right now. I made a call to the president, and y'all see what happened.
Thank you. Oh, give me a hug, girlie.
We love you.
I think we're all the same size.
Hell yeah! We love the president. We love the president.
You're the second player to ever play them after this other young girl. But yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
And I'm about to wear these right now too.
Tonight. Yeah, put yours. That's why I said
they go my fit.
Courtney's gonna make sure I some 40 tonight.
Okay, you need to hold it down, bro.
I'm wearing these tonight. Stop playing. But hey, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Compare that to Sophie Cunningham, whose new Adidas line is expected to sell out in minutes based on the early demand numbers alone. Cunningham hasn't even needed a marketing blitz to get people excited. The demand's just there because of who she is and how people already feel about her. So you've got one Fever player with a shoe that's about to disappear off shelves in minutes, and one Sky player whose shoe can't move even with a discount sticker slapped on it. Sponsors aren't chasing controversy, they're chasing consistency and connection, and that's the whole story sitting right here in front of us. Clark built trust with fans and brands by showing up the same way every time, competing hard, giving credit to her teammates, letting her play do the talking. Reese built a pattern of drama and self-promotion instead, and now the sponsors are backing away exactly the way you'd expect them to when the numbers stop supporting the noise. So here's the irony sitting right in the middle of all of this. A player who called herself the league's it girl can't move a discounted shoe off a shelf, while her own teammate and a rival guard both have product that's expected to sell out within minutes. That's not bad luck. That's a market response to who's actually building something real and who's just posting about it. Clark built all of this from real play and real relationships, not from a caption announcing how big of a star she is. 45 points, teammates getting credit in her posts, a shoe rollout backed by actual demand. That's the whole formula right there. Sponsors aren't walking away from Reese by accident either. They're reading the same box scores and timelines the fans already picked apart. Why is Reese so jealous of Caitlyn? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications as we're bringing you all the action and top stories. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.